win street fights and escape safely. The thing about street fights is that most of the time they're not planned. Could happen anytime and to anyone. You could just be walking down the street and some rascals might want to rough you up. Or you could be in a bar and a hot-tempered guy who has a lot to drink may want to start a fight. Of course, your first line of action is to de-escalate the situation, show that you're not interested in fighting, and if you can, walk away. But let's be honest, there are times when walking away won't be an option and you might not be able to talk the aggravator down. So what can you do? You might have to stand to fight. But since this is a street fight, you need to know that it's not a competition, so you don't need to win, you just need to survive and escape safely. Street fighting has no rules, so you need to be prepared because anything can happen. So in this video, we'll take a look at some tips that can help you win or survive in a street fight so that you can escape safely. 1. Check your surroundings. Just as you're about to engage in a street fight, the first thing you need to do is be aware of your surroundings. Look out for various objects that you can use as weapons or traps. But most of all, look out for a place where you can run to, especially if you're outnumbered. In a street fight, you don't need to be the hero, you just need to survive. When you're checking your environment, use all of your senses and stay alert to every movement of your opponent. Don't just look aimlessly, stay focused on what you might have to do. You might need to fight against a wall to avoid getting attacked from behind. If that's not possible, be alert and always check your surroundings. 2. Go for the soft spots. In a street fight, there are no rules. This means that you can fight dirty as long as you're defending yourself. Also, attacking your opponent's soft spots will give you a better chance of escaping safely. Soft spot areas include the face, throat, temples, kidneys, and solar plexus. Attacking any of these areas may help you disable your opponent while you get away. With no rules, and since you're defending yourself from a violent person, you can scratch, bite, claw, pull your opponent's hair, or attack their eyes. You are allowed to use anything to protect and defend yourself. Don't be afraid to fight dirty. 3. Attack the legs. In a street fight, most of the attention is directed to the upper torso. Most people concentrate on punches and strikes, but in a street fight, the goal is for you to try to end the fight as quickly as possible. An attack on your aggressor's legs might not be something he'd expect. Plus, it'll give you the chance to incapacitate him and run away. When attacking your opponent's legs, you don't need high, fancy kicking styles because they can grab your legs. Instead, focus on low kicks, kicks that are directed towards the ankles, shins, calves, thighs, and kneecaps. Also, if you have an object like a pipe or a bat, then you can aim for their legs. Because if your opponent can no longer walk or pursue you, then you can get away safely. 4. Learn to grapple. Many street fights end up on the ground, and if you're lucky, your opponent may not know how to fight on the ground. If you're able to successfully grapple your opponent, it puts you in control of the fight, even if your opponent is stronger or faster than you. Using martial arts, there are many popular grappling styles that you can use, including Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Sambo, and wrestling. With these styles, you can learn to throw, slam, or choke your opponent. If the fight goes to the ground, get control and always strive to be the guy on top. This way you can land punches on your opponent that'll distract him and give you a chance to get away. Learning to grapple will give you a good advantage, but if it's possible, avoid the ground at all costs, because if you're not in control, it gives your opponent and his friends the chance to kick you and knock you out. 5. Headbutt to the face. In a street fight, a headbutt to your opponent's head could help you end the fight before it even starts. Fortunately, your forehead is one of the hardest bones in your body, and you can use it to your advantage and as an element of surprise. The eyes and nose are quite sensitive, so if you headbutt your opponent hard and fast across the nose, you can do some serious damage. This move is especially effective if your opponent is taller than you. You don't have to move your head back to gain momentum. It needs to be fast and hard. With the headbutt move, you can break someone's nose, give them a black eye, or even knock them down. In a street fight, the headbutt is effective, and it can give you room to run away and escape safely. 6. Close the distance. In a street fight, just before the punches start rolling in, you can give your opponent enough distance so that he doesn't hit you. But if he charges towards you, it's best to approach him as well and close the distance. When you're in close range to your opponent, he won't be able to fully extend his arm and deliver a blow, and if he tries, the close proximity will reduce the power of their punching. In that close position, you can kick your opponent in the groin. Needless to say how effective this move is, and it'll buy you time to escape safely. 7. Avoid the fight. Sometimes you just can't avoid a street fight, and that's why you use all the tips mentioned earlier to overpower your opponent and escape. But if you still have the chance to de-escalate the fight, then do so. The truth is, the best way to win or survive a street fight is to not fight in the first place. Do your best to resolve the fight before it breaks out into a full-on war. If your opponent keeps coming at you, just remain calm and non-confrontational. You can also apologize to the person even if you've done nothing wrong. The idea is to kill the fight even before it starts. Street fights are serious, and people can get seriously injured or end up dead just because they couldn't walk away from a fight. Street fights are about surviving, not winning. So it's better to learn these self-defense moves that could help you overpower your opponent and survive a street fight. And that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd love to see more videos like this. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss an upload. Thanks for watching. See you next time.